Hello students, welcome to the subject that is digital signal processing. In this particular lecture we are going to discuss the topic that is ROC in detail along with one example that is for the right sided sequence. Let's see what exactly it is. Let's consider this is what the right sided sequence with us. So for this particular sequence, when we discuss a right sided sequence as it is shown over here, the right sided sequence, a right hand sequence that is x of n for n greater than or equal to 0, the resulting sequence is causal, means it is causal sequence. For such type of sequence, ROC is entire z plane except at z equal to 0. So why it is except at z equal to 0, that we will see with this particular expression. So this expression is applicable for this right sided sequence. So x of n is given a raised to n u of n. So u of n is nothing but the unit step sequence. If we just multiply it with the a raised to n factor, this is what the response we expect. Let's vary the value of a in such a way that it will give me the decreasing graph, which is just shown over here. So this is the graph which we expect for the n greater than or equal to 0. So this is the value of n. Over here we can say n is equal to 0. For the next step, this is where it is n equal to 2, then the n equal to 3, then this is where n equal to 4, 5, 6, like that the sequence is plotted. Now let's consider the next part to solve this particular equation. If someone want to just solve this particular equation for getting the Z transform, how we can proceed? So let's apply the definition of the Z transform to solve this equation. As we are in the same equation, x of n is equal to a raised to n u of n. So here x of z will become, that is Z transform of x of n will become x of z. So a raised to n un will be taken as a value of x of n and z raised to minus n. Just compare it with the definition of the Z transform. This is how summation will vary from minus infinity to plus infinity when we deal up with the same contents to be provided in the definition. Now let's proceed to apply the limits. Since the sequence contains only the values from 0 to infinity, that's why the limits of the summations are been changing. So here the limits of the summation will be 0 to infinity. So this is how the limits are changed. So let's put the value. So u of n will be replaced by the value 1. So that is why it is avoided in the second equation. So a raised to n z raised to minus n. So by simplifying this particular term, which is just provided over here, a raised to n z raised to minus n, it can be written as a z inverse raised to n. So once we simplify it, let's apply the convergence technique. So what is it? So for convergence of x of z, we require that what it is, mod of x of z must be less than infinity. So this is the important term which we need to remember here, that mod of x of z must be less than infinity. So this is what x of z with us. So take it its mod. So summation n is equal to 0 to infinity mod of a z inverse less than infinity. So in order to obey this particular property, what exactly it suggests? So when we say mod of a z inverse less than infinity, it will be simply mod of a z inverse less than 1. So in order to get it mod of az inverse less than 1, obviously it is nothing but mod of z greater than mod a. So how to solve this particular equation? So when we deal up with it in detail, you can just observe over here, mod of, or rather x of z is equal to summation n is equal to 0 to infinity az inverse raised to n. So this is nothing but the summation n is equal to 0 to infinity a raised to n. So it can be replaced directly with the expression 1 upon 1 minus az inverse. So once we do this particular task, just simplify this az inverse. Az inverse is nothing but a by z. So by putting the value, that is a by z over here, it can be readjusted as a z minus a and invert that z to the numerator, so it will be z by z minus a. So overall it will be the situation that mod of z must be greater than mod a. So why it is so? It is quite simple to understand from this particular expression. Here the expression which is with us is z minus a. If someone puts here z equal to a, what is going to happen? This denominator will be 0 and ultimately it will give the result as a infinite. So x of z will be the infinite, and that should not happen. That is why mod of z must be greater than mod of a, and ultimately a must be less than z. That is what we expect. So in order to have this condition for satisfaction of convergence of x of z, we are in a position right now to determine what exactly the radius of that particular circle should be, which is going to give us the stability of the system, or in other words the region of convergence of the system. So let's see how to get it for this particular sequence, that is x of n a raised to n un. So this is where conclusion we can brought. If this is the value, let's say this is for the a, this is where the a is provided. Let me write it a. So this point is nothing but actually the point a. So this is the point a. We can just say here this is nothing but the point a, and by providing the circle, the outer part is nothing but the ROC. It is extended till the infinity. So once we do it, we are getting the shaded region that is called as a region of convergence. So obviously this is nothing but the z plane. That is why it is provided with this real part of z and imaginary part of z. So we can draw the conclusion over here. A stable system requires ROC of the Z transform to include the unit circle. So if this is what the shaded region, let's assume that it is ROC. In this particular case, if the A is less than 1, so obviously the ROC includes the unit circle and the system will become the stable system. Now let's discuss the same things with the help of the ROC for the desired expression. So this is what our expression which we started with, x of n is equal to a raised to n un. Now if we want to plot the ROCs for this, the first case, let's assume that the a is greater than 1, then this is what happening. So x of z for this is obviously for x of n a raised to n. For this one, this is what the z transform. And if I assume the first condition that a is greater than 1, then what is happening? This is what the ROC we are getting. So this is nothing but the ROC which we got. So this ROC is not the appropriate one to decide the stability, but the second case when the a is less than 1. So here the a is greater than 1, and here for the second case, here second case the a is greater than less than 1, and for this case it is greater than 1. So what is happening in these two cases for the stability? Obviously we can brought the conclusion over here for the stability that this particular system is not stable at all. So this is not stable. So which one is stable then? Then obviously this particular system is the stable. Why it is so? Because ROC, this is the reason for this, ROC includes the unit circle. So ROC for this particular case is what? The outer part, this entire shaded region which is extended till the z equal to infinity, this will be nothing but the ROC, and this ROC includes this unit circle which is just provided here with the red color. So this is included over here in the ROC. That is why we can say in this particular example we will have the stability only when a is less than 1. So for this expression when we want to find out the ROC, we can easily justify it. So x of n is equal to a raised to n un. For this, x of z will be this one, and obviously the condition that should be satisfied for the ROC, it will be mod z greater than mod a. So in short, this is nothing but the ROC for the given sequence, that is mod z greater than mod a. So thank you everyone, thank you very much. In the next lecture we are going to discuss about the another type of sequences, and again with the Z transform. So thank you everyone, thank you very much.